Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we'll go through 9 various strategies to generate passive income. And for each of these, we will discuss how difficult it is to get started, how challenging it is to make $100 per month from it, and how tricky it is to maintain once you've developed the item in the first place. As you can see, the internet has made it easier than ever to learn just about anything you want. So with all this content, we will also figure out which one is the best source of income. Luckily for you, laptop lifestyler, we've produced a list of different sources that can earn roughly $27,000 every week, with various degrees of passiveness. And obviously, this has taken us about 8 years to build up. As a result, don't expect to hit those kinds of statistics when you initially start out. Alright, so when we talk about passive income, we usually use air quotes since there is no such thing as passive income. There is no way to make money out of it if you don't accomplish anything. But when we say passive income, we mean profit that is not directly related to our time. Assume you want to write a book. If you write a book and publish it, that book is now on bookstore shelves. You've done the work to write and publish the book once. But now, whenever the book sells, you earn money from royalties, which is considered passive income. You might actually be making money while you sleep because you developed this thing that is out there in the world earning you money. Another difficulty with passive income is that it generally takes a long time to get started. So if you see any advertising before this video talking about how you can become rich quick by whatever scheme, or if you see individuals in the comments pretending to be saying, "Oh my god, here's how you can get rich quick with crypto. WhatsApp this number. Don't hesitate to contact us." That's all fake. It's not going to work. There is no quick way to get rich. If you're looking for get rich quick scheme, it doesn't exist. As a result, you might as well not even try. And in our perspective, money is ultimately a medium for exchanging value. Providing value is the only way to make money. So let's get over the 9 distinct methods that you may deliver value if you want to. So to begin, let's look at investing in stocks and shares. And in this sense, the way we contribute value is by offering money. Giving money and investing in a service is a kind of value transfer. As a result, when we contribute our money to a corporation in the form of stock, it stands to reason that we should receive a return on our investment. And we're starting with stocks because it's the simplest way to generate any form of passive income. If you have any kind of money and they're sitting in a savings account generating 0.01%, they're not doing you much good. Whereas if you had those remaining savings and invested them in stocks, you might potentially make passive income from money that would otherwise be sitting idle. As non-financial advisors, the thing that we advocate for most beginners, and this is not a financial advice, strictly for entertainment purposes only, or so people say, or at least the thing that we do, is that we put almost all of our money in stocks and shares and index funds. An index fund now resembles the S&P 500. And when you invest, say, $1,000 in the S&P 500, your money is distributed among the top 500 largest corporations in the United States. As a result, they are weighted based on their size. So, for instance, 2% of it would be Apple, 2% for Facebook, 2% for Google, and 2% for Microsoft. And then you probably haven't heard of the 500th firm on the list. But basically, you end up investing in all of the big US corporations you've heard of a little bit at a time. So if you want to get started, all you have to do is sign up with a stockbroker. If you live in the United States, you can use Webull. If you live in the United Kingdom, you can use Freetrade or Vanguard. Simply Google the words "best stockbroker platform," your nation name, and you'll find something that works for you, no matter where you are. Then it's a simple matter to invest in an index fund. We're going to give the difficulty of starting a 1-star grade out of 5 in our famous side Hustle Grading Grid. It's really simple to get started with stocks, but how hard is it to make $100 a month by investing in stocks and shares? This kind of depends because it is affected by the general performance of the stock market. So in the last 12 months from 2020 to 2021, the S&P 500 has gained by around 50%. That's a lot. It's like it's increased by a factor of 50% despite COVID and everything else going on. So if you had invested $2,400 in the S&P 500 in April 2020, the fact that it has increased by 50% implies you would have made $100 every month. But obviously, this is not the right way to look at it because things can go up and down, and the stock market performs differently depending on the time period. However, if we average over the last 30 to 50 years, the S&P 500 has returned around 10%. That is on average. It rises by roughly 10% every year over the long run. For any economists among us, this is not inflation adjusted. So if we do some back of the envelope math, if we want to earn $100 a month passively through stocks and shares, we would need roughly $12,000 invested in the S&P 500 to get that 10%, $1,200 a year, which is $100 a month. But as we mentioned in that video about stocks, compounding occurs over time. So if you put $7,500 in the S&P 500 and kept it there for 5 years, you would be generating around $100 each month if we go by the very average rate of 10% per year. Or if you put $5,000 in the S&P 500, you'd be making $100 per month in totally passive income after 10 years. Again, we'll assume a 10% average. So how difficult is it to earn $100 a month in passive income from equities and shares? It all depends on how difficult it is for you to save $5,000, $7,500, or $12,000 and invest it in a stock market index fund. And most importantly, this is money that you should not need to touch for at least the next 5 to 10 years. So how easy is it for you to make that kind of money? Obviously, it varies greatly depending on whatever country you're in, circumstances, and your work. But if you live in the UK or the US, where the median kind of typical pay is around $50,000, depending on your circumstances, it's not that difficult to save $10,000. Clearly, if you're supporting a family of 15 on $50,000, the situation is different. If you're a single person, the situation is different. But I'd give this a 3 rating for the difficulty of getting $100 per month. Plainly, if you reside in a nation like India, where the average annual salary is $3,600, saving $10,000 is quite difficult. Finally, the third factor in our side hustle assessment matrix is how difficult it is to sustain this income once you've established it in the first place. And we're going to give it 1 star out of 5 because once you've got the money in, you can just set it and forget it. And it's not that difficult to keep up with. Other forms of passive income necessitate a higher level of upkeep over time. However, stocks and shares are a really simple way to generate passive income. And to take our personal example, our stocks and shares portfolio, which we've been investing in since 2015, is currently worth around $350,000. The great bulk of that is invested in the S&P 500 index fund. Now, the second recommendation for creating passive money is to launch a YouTube channel. So let's create a side hustle assessment grid and discuss it. How difficult is it to launch a YouTube channel? So we're going to give this one 5-star rating because it's genuinely very simple to build a YouTube channel. You simply go to youtube.com. You click to make a channel and then you may upload videos by simply capturing them with your phone and uploading them. In reality, generating good videos is much more difficult because making good videos is how you grow on YouTube. However, getting started on YouTube is quite simple. The real question is how difficult is it to make genuine money from YouTube? So let's say we want to earn $100 each month in passive income. What does that imply? To begin, you must have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time on YouTube to be eligible for monetization. Most of our friends' first 1,000 subscribers came after 6 months and 52 videos. And if we look at the statistics, it takes an average of 90 videos to reach 1,000 members. So if you expect you're going to launch a YouTube channel and start making money from day one, that's not going to happen. It took them 52 videos and 6 months to get there. But suppose you've reached 1,000 members and 4,000 hours of watch time. How difficult is it to earn $100 per month? On YouTube, for instance, the average revenue per 1,000 views is around $2. So this fluctuates greatly. But let's estimate it's around $2 per 1,000 views on average. As a result, if you want to make $100 per month on YouTube, you'll need 50,000 views. Let's assume you make one video per week and that your previous videos aren't receiving any traffic. That means that each film you create must receive approximately 12,500 views. And on average, the average YouTube channel should expect around 20% of their subscribers to equal the average view count for each video. So if you have 62,000 subscribers, a very rough, very average lead, you may expect 20% of them or 12,500 views every video on YouTube. And assuming no long-term evergreen content, you'd need to have around 60,000 subscribers to make $100 per month. But when it comes to determining how difficult this is to complete, we're going to give it 4 out of 5 stars. It's actually very difficult to create captivating YouTube videos. And while it's simple to get started, it's difficult to do successfully. It's completely worth it. It's a fantastic skill set. And it's a lot of fun. You may meet folks from all over the world using the internet. You will learn how to speak to a camera, as well as how to film and edit video, but it's quite difficult to make money from YouTube. Finally, in terms of effort to maintain, it's much more difficult to gain the initial 1,000 subscribers than it is to keep it growing. Because if you have 1,000 subscribers and your channel is expanding, it means you've found a formula that works. As a result, maintaining it becomes easier than starting from scratch. So in our side hustle assessment grid, we'll assign the passive income stream of maintaining a YouTube channel 2 out of 5 stars. There are additional ways to monetize YouTube, including as brand deals, selling apparel, and a variety of other options. However, it does not qualify as passive revenue from YouTube. Therefore, we're not including it in the side hustle assessment matrix. The third idea for generating passive money is to launch a podcast. This is often less difficult than launching a YouTube channel, although establishing a podcast is much more difficult than growing a YouTube channel because podcasts don't have an algorithm to help them expand. In fact, having a YouTube channel helps a lot of podcasts expand, which is strange. So how difficult is it to start a podcast? Again, 1 out of 5 star rating because it's quite simple to start a podcast. Go to anchor.fm and you can literally use your phone, pass it around between you and your buddies and make a podcast. You can use riverside.fm, a website which makes recording remote podcast interviews a breeze. It's fairly simple to create a podcast. But how difficult is it to earn $100 per month in passive revenue from a podcast? Well, this is not quite passive income because podcasters get money through brand arrangements. Podcasts are not eligible for YouTube AdSense. So in general, if you want to make money with your podcast, you'll need sponsorship or a brand arrangement. According to reports, a 30-second ad in a podcast is worth roughly $18 and a 60-second ad is around $25 per 1,000 views or listens. So if you want to make $100 per month and assume you have a steady supply of sponsors that are willing to give you that level of sponsorship based on your download counts, you'd need roughly 1,000 downloads per episode if you had a weekly podcast. As a result, you'd have 4,000 downloads every month. And if you put a 60-second ad in there for $25 per 1,000 views, you'd make approximately $100 each month, with 1,000 downloads per episode and 4 episodes per month. This leads to the question of how difficult is it to obtain 1,000 downloads every month? Well, getting 1,000 podcast downloads per month is a lot more difficult than getting 1,000 YouTube views per month. because YouTube has so much built-in marketing that it differs from podcasts. In addition, YouTube has far more views than podcasts. However, according to statistics, the top 20% of podcasts in the world receive more than 1,000 downloads per episode on average. To give you an example, our housemate Sheen launched her own podcast about 5 months ago, and her podcast receives roughly 400 to 500 downloads per episode on average. This is not bad at all, especially given she only started 5 months ago and had no audience to begin with. So she didn't have the same edge that we did when we first started my own show. And because season 2 of her podcast has just begun and has only recently begun posting videos about it on YouTube, that will be hugely helpful to the podcast's growth. And we're confident that in the next 6 months, she will receive $100 every month. So going back to our side hustle evaluation grid, approximately 1 out of 5 stars for starting a podcast, and then it gets 3 out of 5 stars since it's difficult yet not as difficult as perhaps monetizing on YouTube where you have this bare minimum. Finally, there is maintenance. Well, it's not entirely passive income because you must continue to produce podcast episodes in order to secure brand deals. But like with most things, once you found a formula that works, once you know how to be a podcaster, it's simpler to keep going once you've gotten started. In terms of podcast maintenance, we're going to give it 2 stars. The 4th idea for producing passive income is to become an affiliate marketer. Affiliate marketing entails selling other people's items in exchange for a share of the revenue from those products. Now, it appears that 48% of affiliate marketers worldwide earn $20,000 per year, or $1,660 each month. That's not a negative thing at all. People appear to be doing pretty well with affiliate marketing in general. So how difficult is it to get started in affiliate marketing? We are going to give this a 2 out of 5 stars. Simply sign up with an affiliate program such as Amazon Associates. Amazon has its own affiliate network, which we believe is the largest in the world. Once you have your exclusive links, you may put them on your website, Twitter, social media, or elsewhere you choose. And if customers buy the product through your link or any product on Amazon through your link, you'll get a modest part of the sales. So it's quite simple to get started with affiliate marketing. But how difficult is it to earn $100 per month? This is actually quite challenging. So let's assume you had a $50 product that you were attempting to sell and you were earning a 5% commission on it. That would be fantastic. Amazon does not offer nearly as much as 5%. Instead, it offers 2 or 3%, or something along those lines. And let's say your average conversion rate, which is the number of people who visit the item versus the number of people who buy the product after visiting the thing, is 1%, which is a really reasonable conversion rate. To make $100 each month, you'd need 8,000 visitors to your website or whatever you're selling. Getting 8,000 views per month to a certain product page on your website is actually fairly difficult. And in general, performing effectively in affiliate marketing involves a significant amount of upfront effort in terms of either cultivating an audience or establishing such domain authority in whatever field you're in that you're generating customers naturally. Aside from Amazon, we also have Skillshare that offers an unusual affiliate scheme in which you can earn $7 in affiliate revenue just for referring someone to sign up for a free trial. So if you wanted to make $100 per month from affiliates, you'd need 15 individuals to sign up for Skillshare using your affiliate link every month. Now, how difficult is it to get 15 individuals to sign up using your affiliate link each month? Well, it's not that difficult if you have an audience, and it's not that hard if you have your own lessons on Skillshare. So going back to our side hustle assessment grid, how difficult is it to earn $100 per month? We're going to rate this a 3.5 star rating since once again, you need an audience. And as we often say on this channel, the best approach to establish an audience is to create helpful material. Share it for free on the internet once a week, and do it for at least 2 years. If you only follow those 3 steps, we guarantee you'll have an audience and be able to generate some money with this passive income thing. But that is difficult to do because no one commits to it for at least 2 years. So we'll give it a 3.5 star rating. The good thing is that after you've established it, and once you start making money from affiliates, it's actually quite easy to keep it up, especially if you have evergreen content, the kind that isn't reliant on, like current affairs or the latest news, the sort that people might search for over a long period of time. This becomes a relatively reasonably passive income. The 5th option of generating passive revenue is to sell digital things. These are one-time products such as an ebook, a download, an app, or something similar. So you make it once and then sell it several times because selling digital things usually does not incur any fees. A perfect example is this guy called Trav, who we followed on Twitter. He developed an iOS 14 icon set and sold it for like $30 a pop a few months ago, and ended up making around $300,000 in the course of a few weeks, simply because a lot of people all over the world wanted to buy his icon pack. So he worked hard and now he's marketing it for a lot of money. So how difficult is it to get started creating digital products? We're going to give this a 2 out of 5 stars. But remember that money is an exchange of value. Whatever you're offering has to provide enough value to compensate, to make up for the amount you're selling it for. And that's often difficult, especially if you don't have any expertise in this type of field. And how difficult is it to make $100 each month? You know, it's quite easy to publish an ebook, but it's a whole different ballgame trying to get people to buy your ebook, icon set, software, or website themes. And because the market for these goods is so competitive, you have to be truly exceptional to convince people to buy your stuff. The way you convince people to pay you money for something is to find a problem they have, fix that problem, and then charge them money for it. If you can do those 3 things, then it's possible to make $100 every month. You simply must have something that addresses a problem that other people are prepared to pay for. So we'll give it 3 out of 5 stars if you want to make $100 per month selling digital stuff. Finally, in terms of maintenance, we're going to give this a 2 out of 5 star rating because while you do have to maintain your product a little bit, it's frequently easier to do because maintaining a product is a lot easier than establishing a product in the first place. Creating an online course is idea number 6 for passive revenue production. Now, an online course is similar to a digital product, although most online courses are in video format. In terms of getting started, we're going to give it a 2 out of 5 stars since it's not that tough to create an online course. But you do need to know how to produce video in general. So if you're one of those Android heathens, you could actually film an online course on your phone. Place your phone to the side, talk to it, and teach something. So it's not difficult to create one. But in order to earn $100 per month, your course must be excellent. And the only reason people will pay for it is if the course is truly excellent. Genuinely, Skillshare is a fantastic place to teach because you can teach topics without directly charging for them. It's similar to having anything on Netflix in that the end consumer does not have to pay for the product directly. The second good thing is that similar to YouTube, anyone may publish a class to Skillshare as long as it satisfies certain quality guidelines. As a result, it's a lot easier than having to construct your own website, courses platform, and all the other stuff. We'll give it a 2 out of 5, but how difficult is it to make $100 per month teaching online courses? This is somewhat dependent on the situation. If you follow the Skillshare way, you'll need approximately 1,700 minutes of watch time or 20 hours of watch time to earn $100 per month. So if you have a 1-hour session on Skillshare, you need around 28 students to take that class every month and watch it with a premium membership. That will give you around $100 every month. How difficult is it to get 28 individuals to watch your class once a month? If your lesson is genuinely pretty good, it shouldn't be too difficult to get 28 people to watch it. If you already have an audience, they will watch it every month because they already know and like you. They'll look through your work and give you a chance because you've already earned their trust. But once again, one of the best things about Skillshare as a platform is that they have their own algorithm. As a result, the good content rises to the top, and it will begin to be suggested to those who find it on the Skillshare site or who specifically search for it. The other approach to make $100 per month from a course is to simply charge $100 for it. And if you do that, you'll only need one sale per month. So how difficult is it to sell your course to one person per month? Well, again, if it's good, you know the world of online education is exploding every year, and more money is being spent on online education, especially with the whole pandemic thing. So if you have a valuable skill that you can teach, we believe that courses are one of the best and easiest way to get passive income. Since it's enjoyable to construct a course, you can teach something, and you don't need a lot of technical abilities, such as building a website or anything like that. Simply upload it to Skillshare. People can then take your course and study on the internet. And it's just cool in general. Good news is that once you've created the course and are earning $100 per month from it, keeping that level is actually fairly simple. We'll give it 2 out of 5 stars because in general, you don't need to update the course that frequently. And you can do it every now and again. All you have to do is make sure that you're getting a decent quantity of visitors. It's kind of crazy that the great majority of online courses, at least the relatively passive ones, are now hosted on Skillshare. However, they now earn around $60,000 to $65,000 per month in totally passive income. This equates to a weekly salary of $15,000 in the round. And this accounts for the majority of the $27,000 a week in purely passive income that the business currently generates. The 7th idea for passive income is to create some form of paid membership or community arrangement. Unless you have an existing audience, this is often a horrible idea, as we keep emphasizing. Everything becomes easier when you have an existing audience by constantly generating great material over a lengthy period of time. That audience knows, likes, and trusts you. So when you say, "Hey guys, sign up to my Patreon," some of them are likely to do so. The other method to establish a membership is to create a value proposition that is so compelling that people are prepared to pay for a community-like service in exchange for it. Using Patreon as an example, our YouTuber friend Hannah Witten has approximately 600,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we believe she has around 600 Patreons. 626 the last time we checked, which implies that if we look at our public Patreon analytics, she's making somewhere between £2,000 and £5,000 per month in passive income from this audience. However, that is only 600 persons out of a total viewership of 600,000. So 1 out of every 1,000 of her subscribers has joined her Patreon. So clearly, if those data are accurate across the board, which they kind of are if you look at Matt Davos' Patreon you need a large audience to make a considerable lot of money for Patreon. Again, it all depends on how much you charge for them and how much value you provide. So how simple is it to start a membership program? We may give it 1 star because it's incredibly simple to start one. Simply create an account on a membership platform like Patreon. However, in order to earn $100 per month, you must provide $100 in value. It's actually pretty difficult to do so. We'll give it 4 out of 5 stars. But the nice thing is, once you've got that formula, once you're making $100 a month, it's a lot easier to maintain it because of the way the economics of membership communities work, as long as you keep showing up and providing value in some capacity. People have already signed up for the thing, so it shouldn't be too difficult to keep up the amount of help you're providing them. The 8th idea for earning passive income is to start a business that sells goods or services. and then automate or delegate portions of that business so that the revenue generated is reasonably passive. This is the stuff Tim Ferriss talks a lot about in the 4-Hour Workweek, where there are a lot of businesses where you could start selling a good or service and then delegate, outsource, automate, and find intelligent methods to make the income passive. So taking our friend Ollier as an example, he talks about his $1 million Shopify store on his YouTube channel. He designs, manufactures, and distributes these extremely cool vegan leather desk accessories, totes, and mouse pads, among other things. And while this was a lot of work to set up, he now has a staff of 3 other individuals who handles the business. As a result, he devotes a smaller fraction of his time to running that business, and it's a form of passive income for him. Despite this, he still spends roughly 10 hours per week maintaining everything. So these are various methods of creating passive revenue from a product or service-based firm. However, getting started with this stuff is challenging. To starters, we are going to give this a 4 to 5 star rating because you need to develop a business, and it's fairly difficult to create a firm that actually offers value. Similarly, we'll give it a 4 rating for generating $100 in revenue per month because you must be able to deliver value, and creating value is difficult. It's not as simple as opening an account on a stock platform and depositing some money. You actually have to give people value, which is difficult. But as with anything, once you get started, maintenance becomes a little bit easier. So we're going to give it a 3 out of 5 stars. Finally, option number 9 for creating passive income is to create an app, a website, or some kind of software product that you can sell as a one-time item, or more likely these days, as a subscription service. There's a whole category of this called SaaS, which stands for Software as a Service. Now, if you go to the website indiehackers.com, there are literally hundreds of examples of people who have developed software businesses that generate passive income. And they publish their revenue data, tell you how they got started, and offer you their insights. We're going to give this a 5 rating because creating an app is truly extremely difficult. You must know how to code for the most part, and you must be able to give something compelling and develop it, which takes a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. Once you've made it, we are going to give $100 a month difficulty a 4-star rating because it's very simple to create an app, but persuading people to pay for it is a whole different story. But as with everything else, maintenance is a little bit easier, so we'll give it a 3-star rating. And that's it for this video, Laptop Lifestyler. Remember to subscribe to our channel, and if you feel like we've delivered value, please share this video with one person. That's right, just one person, as a token of your appreciation for the hard work we put into making content that educates and helps you on your mission of building your own fortune. Remember, you can watch video after video, but it isn't until you actually take action that you'll start to see results. See you soon.